words of knowledge. And ma'am, if you'll check under your arm on your right side, you'll see that the cyst is no longer there. This is the way I always ministered. People go bonkers over it. They want you to minister that way. It makes a needy draw on the whole room. It empowers nobody. It just shows that God does this stuff. If you do that once or twice and then minister a training and equipping, that would be different. But all I did was get invited because of the manifestation. And I was smoking in it, man. I was rolling in it. I was having so much fun. And I'm thinking, God, you're amazing, because he is. I'm like, you, ma'am, yes, back there in the blue dress. Yes, you, stand up. You were told and diagnosed just a week ago, 6 days ago, that you have it. That's all right. You're being healed in Jesus. And people go, and they go bonkers over gifting. They go bonkers. And they start doing this. You're so amazing. Oh my goodness, brother. You're amazing. It's what they do. So I go to this church, and somehow I start believing I'm amazing. And they're like, we just can't believe you're here. We're so ready for the move of God. We can't wait to see how God manifests tonight. And it all sounds so right. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so glad to be here. Yeah, I got a black suit on with a gold trim tie and shiny black shoes. And my wife called me Ken, meaning Barbie and Ken. When I left the house, she said, have a good night, Ken. And I said, and I walked to my car, and I was Ken for a moment. And I looked so good in my suit. Man, I look good in my suit. And they're just, ooh, and I'm like, ooh. Worship started, and it went ridiculous. We lost all the instrumentalists. The guitar players had no guitars in their hands. That's a move of God. I'm not putting down guitar players, but it takes effort to get rid of your guitar. It's one thing to kneel and not play it and hold it. They didn't even have their guitars. They were just prostrate. Guitar players. Nobody doing nothing but on their faces. I'm the only one standing. The whole room's wiped out. I'm looking, the pastor and his wife look dead. They look dead. Nobody's moving, and I'm just standing there waiting to manifest, thinking, oh boy, God, you're really going to move. There's one little girl at the keys. It was amazing. She's down on the ground and her hands up high. And she's down and she's like, ting, ting, ting. She's touching these high keys. And when she touched the keys, it was like, I mean, it was crazy atmosphere. It's one of them atmospheres, you don't speak, you don't want the mic, nobody, don't interrupt. Yeah. And I'm standing there and the handheld's on the wooden podium. And I'm just standing there. Oh my goodness, God, you are here. So it feels right, it seems right. It seems like I'm connected, right? You are so here. And oh my goodness, Lord. I'm looking at Pastor's wife. I'm looking back at the little girl. Oh my goodness. I said, Lord, you are going to so move. Like, what do you want to show me? What do you want to do? My eyes fixed on a girl right about where you're at, ma'am, in the black stripes and the white tops. She was right about there. I focused on her, and the Lord gave me a word that was so detailed and time framed that if you were wrong, you'll look really, really bad. But the problem is, if you're right, everybody goes, and makes you a hero and misunderstands that I wouldn't hear a thing if he didn't speak. That in and of myself, I know nothing. I'm not super spiritual because he spoke and I heard. I'm in the position to hear. I'm under authority, and I have authority. He gives me this. Now, I can't wait to give the word. So I'm not going to just grab the mic and say, hey, I got a word. The reverence and the holiness of the atmosphere was indescribable. One of the top 2, 3, 4 atmospheres I've ever been in my 30 years of being a Christian, corporate settings. It was a setup. It was the Lord. He came intentionally. He was coming to father me. So I pick up the mic, and we learn how to minister. I'm just being honest. You learn how to be gracious and ease in. Keep your voice low and not interrupt the atmosphere, and ease in. And I flipped on the mic, and I'm going to ease in, and I'm going to do something like this. Listen, guys, obviously he's here. The Lord's here. He's amazing. I know you sense his presence. He's unbelievably amazing. And I was just, going to ease in and then make my way to the lady and the word, because I couldn't wait to minister. You know what happened to me? I picked up the mic, flipped it on till I got that little green light, and I went and had no human ability to speak. Now you let that happen to you, and it'll do something to you. I can still hear the microphone hitting the wooden podium and bouncing to the floor because it was hot. And I crashed like you shot me with a gun. Just crashed to the ground, wailing. And the Lord said, see, Dan, you couldn't even speak if I didn't let you. People say to me, you just seem like a really humble man. You just seem like a really humble man. And I'm thinking, you let God take your voice. That'll change your life. He Zechariah'd me. No way, Pastor, could I speak. No way. See, Dan, humility. You couldn't even speak if I didn't let you. So he began to change the things in the way that I ministered. He began to burn in my heart, training, equipping, empowering, demonstrate at some level at times. But more than not, the church has become so gift hungry to be ministered to. We'll take a prophet and build a conference of 1,000 so everybody gets a word, instead of teach the room how to prophesy at some level. So we're all coming from what God might do instead of what we can become. And we're misusing the gifts. So I started doing what I'm doing. Some of my friends said, you're being deceived. You didn't hear the Lord. You're stepping out of your anointing. I said, well, I promise you the devil didn't have the ability to take my voice. Because my voice is a trumpet and it's going to stay one. God took it to get my attention and show me that I was letting something weird creep into my heart. And I needed manifestations, and I needed God to move a certain way, and people were impressed. And it seemed like in the 90s and early 2000s, if you didn't minister a certain way, everybody wanted to know what follows your ministry. Blah. So I made a lot of adjustments. I tell people it's rare you'll see my gifting in a church setting. Minimal. Whenever we prayed for the sick, when was that? Last night. Very minimal words of knowledge, just small stuff. I'll flow in that a little bit just because God's showing me. I won't run from a gift. If he gives it to me, I'll do it. If he points somebody out, it's coming. But I don't look for it. My whole goal is to empower you and teach a message that gives you something to live by. But watch this. If you sit beside me on a plane or I pass you in a store, you just might get my gifting. It's rare that I even think about it. I do it undercover all the time. When I'm preaching, I hear thoughts in people's minds. I'll say something and I hear a comment that somebody made in their soul while I'm preaching, and I address the comment as soon as I hear it. And I've had people so freaked out, they'd come to me and say, it was like you could read my mind, dude. Like 3 times I was thinking and it was negative. I was thinking, yeah, and you just, as if you heard my thought, just addressed what I was thinking. Like, and it scared me for a minute. I was like, what? And then you did it 2 more times, and I was like, I've had a lot of that in my life, people saying that. I've heard thoughts, the people's thoughts while I'm preaching. I hear somebody say, yeah, but, and right now you might be saying, yeah, but, bam, 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 and they go, and you can almost tell who it is a lot of times. But I do it undercover. I don't tell anybody what's happening. You get discernment. You see something in somebody's life and you minister something that you know's for them, but the whole room can glean something, but you knew it was for them, but you didn't do it prophetically. Because as soon as you do, the whole room shifts and everybody wants ministry. I'm not saying you. I'm saying at large, the church has become a ministry-crazed people. And we think we need prayer for everything, when what we need is to know him more and live in stronger truth.